This is what I think it is. I recognize the coordinates.
You. Of course. It had to be you.
Oh, please, no applause. I am just your humble master.
A Santara never gives up.
I too am in pain. I too suffer.
You're firing at an unarmed man. Have you any idea how unsporting that is?
Exterminate!
The Monster of Montmartre is abroad.
You are angry, Doctor. This amuses me.
I'm glad you're amused!
Exterminate all Santarans!
You know, they always say on this planet that history is written by the winners. They're wrong. It's written by the people with time machines.
In your pitiful existence, Doctor, do not run.
Time controller? What do you control? Exactly.
I must survive. Daleks will rule supreme!
Okay, Time Controller. Let's see what you have got. By the Dalek Supreme.
Doctor!
Hi everyone, TARDIS Guy 123 here, and today I am very happy to bring to you the review of Dark Eyes 4. So of course this has been highly anticipated. It was released 2 weeks ago actually, on the 2nd of March. Well, that was the digital release anyway. It was released a little bit later on CD. Big Finish sent them out, mine arrived, and now I am reviewing it. So of course, let's just jump right into this. Of course you have Paul McGann there, who stars as the Doctor. You got Nicola Walker as his companion, Liv. You've got some Taran there. I'll get onto them in a bit later. Then of course you've got Alex McQueen as the Master. He is wonderful as the Master. And of course you have Dalek Supreme, Dalek Time Controller, and just a regular Dalek really. Of course you've got famous landmarks and whatnot. Dark Eyes 4 written there, starring Paul McGann, Nicola Walker and Alex McQueen, as previously mentioned. They have the side of your box. Of course you have basically the same stuff as the front there, slightly different images, but nevertheless and basically the same. Then you have Dark Eyes 4, A Life in the Day, The Monster of Montmartre, Master of the Daleks, and Eye of Darkness. Those are the 4 stories that's coming to set. You've got 4 there because obviously it's the 4th Dark Eyes box set. And finally you have Big Finisher in there. Then on your back there you have basic stuff. So you've got Doctor Who logo there. Anybody likes something showing that a bit? Oh, nothing really I could do about that. Dark Eyes 4, starring obviously what we have on the front, written by John Dorney and Matt Fitton, directed by Ken Bentley. Then you have the short synopsises for the 4 stories, and there's longer ones on the discs themselves, which are here. Get that in. Yeah, there you go. Then of course, interestingly, you've got different slip back. Why didn't I do this earlier? You've got different faces there, not different faces, different colours there. And then you've got different colours again on the side bits. They didn't do that on the regular releases though, which is a bit unfortunate. You know, I kind of like that, just to get a bit of differentiation on the shelf. And then you've got 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4, and the Big Finish logo. And then up the top here you have Dark Eyes 4, like most of the, well, I think all the box sets really. And then you got your barcode and everything, all that lovely stuff. So then, let's jump into Dark Eyes with first A Life in the Day. So let's just get that disc out here. And here you have your individual CD cover there. And you know, you've got Doctor and Liv. No Daleks in this story. It features Beth Chalmers and Barnaby Kay and John Dorney right there. Brand new adventures, full cast, audio drama. Got your side again there, and there. And then on the back you have a rundown of the plot. And you got written by John Dorney, directed by Ken Bentley. Got this nice background image there, and then cast, it's all there. Running time, 60 minutes approximate. Now let's open this up and have a look on the inside there, got some nice stuff there with the Doctor and Liv, of course, same image as the front cover. If I take the disc out just for a second and show you that again, obviously back there you have Dark Eyes 1, 2 and 3 available now, and then quick look at the booklet within. Just get that out. So you've got front cover there again, no alternative one for the 8 Doctors logo, but anyway, I'm not too sure how much I like these concept art things now that you've got the quotes there. To be honest, these are a bit lacklustre, I must say. You know, this one's quite nice, but some of the other ones do bother me a bit. But there you've got a quote, "You're firing at an unarmed man. Do you have any idea how unsporting that is?" You'll probably have recognised that from the trailer. Then you've got the Doctor with the clock there, which plays a vital part, but not in the scene, oddly enough. I don't know why they included that there. But obviously, can't talk too in depth. Let's have this. Oh, forgot the writer's notes from John Dorney there. That's some nice stuff. So, on to my thoughts on the story itself. A Life in the Day. It is my favourite of this box set. It really is. I'm going to say it straight away. 10 out of 10 from me. I really do love this story. I think it's very human. It's very human. It's very much character based, and especially on the character of Liv, who some people have complained about before as being rather unfeeling and whatnot. Here she gets a chance to show off her emotions, and she does so very, very well. And you know, it all comes together very nicely, to be honest, in this story. Everything is so enjoyable about this, and there's lots of action as well. You know, not too much. It's mainly focused on the characters, of course. Barnaby Kay there, who's actually Nicola Walker's husband in real life. Barnaby Kay there, he plays, what's the character's name? Martin Donaldson, that's it. And he is honestly wonderful in this. And, you know, he and Nicola Walker are very much the heart of this story. And they really do drive the plot forward. And, you know, it still fits into the, overall Dark Eyes storyline, but it's still very much contained, and you know, that's what I like about this a lot. It's very much contained nicely, this story is. And you know, each of the stories, unlike Dark Eyes 3, which was, you know, much more kind of like a 4-part story, this is kind of like 4 individual stories which all link together very strongly, and while they do link together a lot more towards the end, it's very nice. And you know, this story is very good on first listen, because you don't know what to expect with it. That I won't reveal anything about what it's like, because I know some people have already compared it, but I feel that would ruin it. I went into this completely unbeknownst as to what I was getting myself into, and I loved it for that. I loved how like the twists there that aren't revealed. And you know, this cover made no sense to me at first, but now when I look back on it, it makes total sense. And probably to a lot of you who haven't listened to it, it won't make sense. But hopefully it will do once you've listened to it. Now then, up next is the Monster of Montmartre. So, written by Matt Fitton, you've got the Doctor there, and you've got Liv. And there you have a Dalek. Then you've got Nicholas Bruce's Daleks, of course. So you just leave there quickly, and then the back there obviously now got a red background, which is very nice. So now let's open this up once more and show you the inside right there. And we've got this here, let's just take that out if I can. There we go. There you have series 1 and 2 of the 8th Doctor Adventures. Just keep that in there. And now let's take a look at the booklet. Just get that out. You've got your front again, you've got your back with writer's notes, this time from Matt Fitton, of course, the other writer of this. And you know, they kind of alternate. this, to me, is a bit too similar to the cover, which annoys me a little bit. Obviously, you got Thomas Appleton was wrong. He should have said, when good Daleks guy, they go to Paris. That's a funny line from the story. And you know, it's an okay inside cover, but to be honest, it reminds me too much of the front cover, which is unfortunate. But anyway, the review of this episode, I must say, I very much prefer the first half to the second. Now, I've heard people say the opposite. I've heard people say the first half is all build up and rather boring. I personally like that build up. It's very much kind of in keeping with the style of A Life in the Day over here, which is right there. It's very much in keeping with that style, but at the same time, it's unique. And you know, I like that kind of build up. When I went into this, I expected it to be something totally different. And you know, I almost felt cheated about it, and I won't say what I came into expecting, because that might ruin it for a lot of people as to what it actually is. You know, at the halfway point, it twists and becomes something totally different, which I felt cheated by, almost. And on second listen, when I went into it knowing what I was expecting, I enjoyed it a little bit more, because, you know, obviously I didn't feel cheated by it, but at the same time, I still feel rather disappointed by this audio. I feel it had potential to be something totally different, and something totally unique, and make the Daleks truly terrifying again. But unfortunately, it kind of wastes all that and goes in a different direction, which, you know, is still good, but just not as good as what I was hoping for. And that's probably why I like the first half better, because it was still kind of going in that direction. And, you know, there are storylines which are set up in the first half which are very much wasted in the second, unfortunately. There's a character who Liv interacts with who very much gets thrown away very quickly in the second half, which is rather unfortunate, because we're kind of going towards this big thing with him. But anyway, you know, it's not a terrible story, and now that I've listened to it again, I appreciate it much more. So I'm going to go, you know, 7 seems too low and 8 seems too high for me, so I'm going to go 7.5. I think it's a good story, but my least favourite from this box set. So you have my favourite followed by my least favourite. So now, what will I think of Master of the Daleks? Well, obviously you've got the Master there, Sontaran there, Doctor there, and some Daleks there. Obviously written by John Dorney again, who wrote A Life in the Day. So who knows, maybe this will be a good one. But you know, it's very much the Doctor Light story of the box. That won't really spoil too much, but there you got your back with the greyish kind of like background piece there. Got your sides again with the grey 8th Doctor Time Vortex thing. Inside there with disc, you know the routine by now. Take this out quickly if I can. Yep. Go. We've got series 3 and 4 of the 8th Doctor Adventures. Now let's take out this, and here you got Master of the Daleks again, you know, all that kind of stuff. Then you got a nice new picture of Alex the Queen there. I don't think that one's been used before. And, you know, Sontaran never gives up, but he may bide his time. I'm not sure what the background's supposed to be representing there, if I'm honest. It almost looks... I'm not sure what it looks like, to be honest. It looks like almost just a bland corridor, to be honest, and not really related to the story too much. There you go. But please, please, no applause, I'm just your humble master. Obviously that's a quote from the trailer itself, and obviously the story itself, but... Anyway, you got that one. This one's a bit nicer, to be honest. Then you have your producer's notes, and here's something very interesting to note, written right here. It says, "It's all over now. As I write this, we are nearly finished on the scripts for the next run of box sets, which is called simply Doctor Who Doom Coalition. Who are, or what is, the 11, what lurks beneath the citadel on Gallifrey, and what inexplicable horror is about to be unleashed in 1960s London. We're totally thrilled by this new upcoming epic. I hope you will be too." So that's a little tease for what's coming up in the Doom Coalition. And that sounds rather interesting, to be honest. going back to Gallifrey and back to 1960s London. So that's all very nice. Anyway, back on to Dark Eyes itself and Master Daleks. Once again, I came into this expecting one thing and got a totally different thing. So first time I felt a little bit cheated, not as cheated as I did with the Monster of Montmartre, but you know, when I went into this one the second time, I enjoyed it much more. However, the Master's presence in this story, well, in this box set, I don't know, it just feels superfluous. It feels more like it's just there because it needs to link into Dark Eyes 2 and 3 and whatnot with his presence. And that's not saying anything bad about Alex McQueen's performance. He is wonderful. He is the star of this, and it's probably his best performance in the role. It's much better than any of his performances in Dark Eyes 3, and that's not saying any of his performances there were bad. They were wonderful. But here, he just takes it to an entirely new level, and it is absolutely wonderful. This man is amazing as the Master. Now, I really want him to be on TV, you know, it's just, he is incredible in the role, and there's loads of lovely stuff here alongside Liv and whatnot. There's some wonderful lines, I think one of the lines, this isn't too much of a spoiler, which basically says, can Daleks have good soldiers? Isn't that a bit of a contradiction in terms? And you know, and then the Doctor's just like, and then, sorry, not the Doctor, and then the Master's just like, don't be facetious, my dear. And, you know, there is some wonderful stuff like that in here. Sontarans, however, you know, you'd expect this to be kind of like a big thing of Daleks versus Sontarans. It really isn't, unfortunately. Their role is very much limited. The opening sequence with them and the Daleks, though, is very nice. I feel that works very well. But beyond that, the Sontarans' presence here doesn't cut it for me, unfortunately. I feel it could have been done a lot better. But, you know, nevertheless, as I said, went into this expecting one thing, got another. But, you know, that other one is still very, very strong for the most part. Some elements I feel could have worked out better. But, you know, overall, Master of the Daleks, it's getting 8.5. I was going to go 8, but I think I'll be generous and go 8.5 for this one. You know, it is a very good story. When I've listened to it the second time, I really did enjoy it. So now we are moving on to the finale, the epic finale, which is Eye of Darkness. Obviously a twist on the title of this story, Dark Eyes. So you've got some wonderful stuff, wonderful cover here. A bit bland, I must admit. This is probably my least favourite cover of the box, with this one being my favourite, obviously, because look at that cover, that is wonderful. But you know, this one is rather bland. So's what's it called, Life in the Day, if I'm honest. But this one, I like it a lot. But nevertheless, compared to the others, it does feel a bit standard, I guess. But anyway, Eye of Darkness by Matt Fitton. David Sibley returns. There he is as, you know, I won't reveal who he's actually playing here because that would spoil it a bit. Kind of playing the Eminence, but at the same time, he's kind of not. And that's all I'm going to say. Actually, almost open that up then. First, let's show you the back there with Dark Eyes 4, Eye of Darkness. Which, you know, this lovely purple background, I do like that a lot. And then the purple Doctor logo there. Opening it up. We have this on the inside, and this time I don't actually have to open it. I could just, oh goodness, it's not working out too well. There we go. And they got another bit of the Dalek Time Controller on the bonus disc. They've got Signs and Wonder, The Wood Assassin, Masters of Earth, Durrani Elite, Mistfall, and Equilibrium, the last 6 main range releases. And now let's get this cover out, and this is probably the most disappointing inside bit, but nevertheless, there's your cover again, there's your verse, and then on the inside you literally just have that image of the 8th Doctor, and it says, the Eye of Orion, the most tranquil place in the universe. So tell me, have you seen any Daleks here? And you know, this is very much set in the Eye of Orion. And you know, there are some big reveals about what that place actually is here. So that's rather nice, taking a piece of Doctor history and very much like changing it. Not changing it necessarily, but just revealing more about it and twisting it. And you know, there is some very nice stuff about that in this story. in Eye of Darkness. You know, it's, as a finale, it's very much, you know, kind of like neat, wrapping it all up and putting a nice bow tie on it. It feels too much like it's just there to tie everything together at the end of the Dark Eyes series. And while this is very much kind of like the Pandora opens in its epic scale, this feels like the Big Bang. It's kind of like more intellectual style and whatnot. And you know, I'm not sure if I like that. It kind of like almost goes against what Dark Eyes is about in a way. But at the same time, it's still very nice as a finale. It works very well. It just feels a bit too neat and tidy for my taste, and you know, it feels like it's only really there to tie everything together rather than provide a big epic finale for first and foremost, which is unfortunate, but you know, nevertheless, it works quite well. I feel this story does. Dalek Time Controller, played by Nicholas Briggs, is amazing in this, and you know, there's very much kind of like ruthless elements to his character. And kind of like twists on the Daleks again, it just makes them even more horrible. And there's actually a line by the Dalek Time Controller, which I forgot to mention, in the Monster of Montmartre, where he kind of like says thank you, in just this really twisted way. I'm not sure what it is about that line. Those of you who listen to it hopefully know what I'm going on about. Hopefully you won't think I'm just rambling on here. There's just something about the way he said thank you that's hilariously sinister. I'm not sure what it is. It cracks me up every time I hear that the Dalek Time Controller say thank you in the Monster of Montmartre. But anyway, back to Eye of Darkness, and you know, it's kind of like, obviously this character here plays a very important part. There's also another character who I won't reveal anything about, but she plays a very important part here, and you know, it's very much separated from the other stories of the Dark Eyes 4 box set in a lot of ways, I guess. And you know, it tells its own story like it should do, which is nice. You know, I feel it could have been a little bit more integrated maybe into the Dark Eyes 4 box as a whole. But anyway, you know, Eye of Darkness. Oh, and also one more thing before I finish off. It feels like too much of the climax takes place in one place, I'm afraid. You know, it very much is limited to one location, one room, which, you know, makes it feel rather static after a while. It didn't feel as static on second listen, but you know, nevertheless, it still had that feel to it, unfortunately. But, you know, very nice characters nevertheless, and you know, a good finale, but not the one that I was hoping for. So 8 out of 10 I think is a fair rating for Eye of Darkness. So obviously A Life in a Day is my favourite, Eye of Darkness is my second, no, not Eye of Darkness, sorry, Eye of Darkness is my third, Master of the Daleks is my second, and then last place is Monster of Montmartre. But given that that got a 7.5 out of 10, that is still very strong, a very good rating. And you know, it's a very good box set overall. I think I may just prefer Dark Eyes 3 of this, and I'm not sure what it is, but there seems to be a precedent for the second stories in the box set being rather bad, I guess. Well, not bad, but you know. But Dark Eyes 3 began on a high note with, I've forgotten the name of it now. Oh gosh, this is really bad. The Death of Hope, that was it. You know, that was my favourite Dark Eyes 3, and that was the first Dark Eyes 3. First of Dark Eyes 4 is A Life in a Day, and that's my favourite Dark Eyes 4. Second one was my least favourite, and then third one, Master Plan / Master of the Daleks. That ended up being my second favourite. Actually, I'm not sure. I think Master Plan and A Death of Hope are tied for me. And then you have the ending, which could have been better, which is Eye of Darkness and Rule of the Eminence, you know. But both are very strong box sets in my opinion. And, you know, Dark Eyes 4 is a good end, but not the one I was hoping for. Obviously, you may disagree, you may think this is a great end. But, you know, I personally think it could have been done a bit better. So overall, I'd rate this box set, 8.5. I'm going to make very close to 9, but you know, I decided to hold back and go 8.5. But anyway, I am very much looking forward to the Doom Coalition with Paul McGann, and I won't reveal who else is in that because that might give some spoilers away for this story. Hoping for a full release and some colour pictures and whatnot of the Doom Coalition very soon. But anyway, obviously, Dark Eyes 4 here, wonderful stuff, and 8.5 is what I'm going to give it. So, thanks for watching this review of Dark Eyes 4, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I know I certainly have. And you know, one saga of the 8th Doctor is at last over, but now a new one will be beginning. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will, of course, see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Now we talk.
Big Finish. We love stories.
Exterminate!